Hello, friends. Good morning. How are you? So, I am here today in my mind lab. This is morning, 7 o'clock now. So, I was trying to arrange a lot of things over here. That this is my lab. You can see my lab over here. Backside, there is Buddha, my sitting place, and many other things over here. You can see Einstein. This is my board, writing board. My parents recently died. I was trying to organize few things here, right? My father. So I like this picture I have taken out. This is all picture taken by me. So this is Buddha. This is beautiful thing. This is a nice painting over here. This is my sitting place. Again, this is my father. So I'll try to fix all those pictures over here, and I sit here, and this is the place, and this is outside. This is a very calm place. This is totally outside of this thing. This is the place. This is outside parking zone and outside main gate and everything over here. You can see there is absolutely nobody. And this is for the going for the top floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. So my mind lab basically is consists of a kitchen. You can see I am preparing milk over here. All those things. When I close this room 24/7, what I do, so I have to have something for energy. So I have a lot of stuffs over here, lot of food material over, and lot of places here. Rats are living here. Cats are also living here. This is the place I sleep, taking rest and all. This is the place for writing. So friends, this is my thought process, unique way of thinking. What I am trying to do is that I feel personally that you need to be little in isolation so that your wisdom and knowledge can be exercised. That is what my feeling. So I'm trying to do that, and in this process what you are doing, you are trying to learn lot of things that doing independently, and sometimes you create a kind of a stressed condition. Since I'm a student of biology, it is helping me in many ways to understand the stress biology, number one. Number two, the extra stress what is coming, how it is impacting my knowledge, how additional things I am getting. Like if you apply stress biology, it's a kind of a defensive mechanism in the plant world. During summer time, if you see the stress condition, less water, drought condition, it's a part of the nature. So in this process, what is happening exactly, how plants are surviving in adverse condition, that has to be understood. So from that point of view, any human being is going through stressed condition is also having the similar kind of impact. The stress condition created artificially. In Shastra or in our literature, many things that is written that once in a week you go little kind of a starvation, or your biological system you can give little rest without taking food. Those kind of things has been written. That is a good thing. Probably one thing that is also part of the stress biology. So nowadays scientists are using all those stress into consideration in bacterial growth curve, if you see that artificially, if you are able to create a stress, and you can have particular peak taken into consideration for production of vaccine, because once you have the stress in the bacterial, once you mean stress means what I'm trying to, in a controlled environment where you are allowing the organism to grow, and after certain time you see that food is not enough, and you also control the atmospheric temperature and other parameters, the media, the pH level, few things in a specific condition, you create an artificially stress condition. Then those time bacteria, they release lot of metabolites. Finally, this is called the vaccine. Okay, antibiotic, what you call it in that context. Those for this antibiotic production that is required. Friends, my purpose of telling is not to talk about the antibiotic production. I am talking about taking the best out of human being, what is required. Now, if you see that history says that if you are given a lot of financial assistance, money or opportunities, everything given from an affluent family, probably the great minds have not created from very rich family, or that is what, if you see the history part, probably anybody has done very creative thing and good thing, there are certain type of sacrifice is there, and that sacrifice cannot be ignored. Now I'm talking about my understanding and observation of India, which is before independence and after independence. Now, if you see that before independence, India have created great personalities under British Raj. Now, after 1947, what had happened, if I compare literature, art, science, any other field, like great minds, when I talk about all those minds that is derived before 1947, before independence. If I have to take a parameter of stressed condition, I am thinking about which timeline I should draw a stressed condition. If I have to analyze the history from, let's say, 1885 to till 2020, if I divide it, 1947 that we got independence, before that whoever have come to in India, the kind of personality that is arrived in India and the kind of contribution they have done, it talks a voluminous thing, right? Similar way, after 1947, whoever is there, the contribution, if I try to estimate and speak about the whole lot of thing, it makes a lot of difference. Friends, what I'm trying to tell over here, everybody is worried about the Indian freedom movement that is required, and for that matter, from 18th century to till date, there are many personalities they have. Even that, for that matter, your Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, they are the great people. Even all those people, they have, if I give a timeline of those people, that will be much more interesting to know that, as I have told you, those personalities, they have come before independence, and their idea is to fight against the British. They want to eliminate the British, and there are so much social reformation that is done by those personalities. I have told you, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, he fought against the Soti Pratha. Soti means, earlier days, people used to fire the widows, women, uh, after the death of their husband, the young girls or newly married women, they used to take their live body and burn. Those kind of criminality was there in very much in India. So Ram Mohan Rai is the first person way back. Is long because way back means I'm talking about 19th century. Those things are very much prominent, and Raja Ram Mohan Rai is the first person who took all those things and he abolished those things. So friends, if I compare modern day this abolition of Sati Pratha to what Modi ji has done for Tin Talak, I am just giving some wisdom to think everybody that what is this Tin Talak is all about and what is Sati Pratha is all about. One has to think on merit. As I have told you that merit is very important to know that. Just to compare both the things over here. Friends, I am talking about history of India, either in science and technology, how same Indians, they are our forefathers. If I have to take the entire thing into consideration, what we are doing now after 1947, that is what I always see. This is a stressed condition because of this British. British is a stimulant over here. They are trying to pressurize Indian in many ways because in 16th century they came to in India as a British Raj and started to do business and also started to rule the country in a different way. And you know the impact of British Raj, how deeply they have penetrated and how the Indian they felt about the whole thing. And that is because of that you have the freedom movement, the establishment of 1885, your national Indian National Congress by none other than Alan Octavian Hume, and also one of the greatest personality from Bengal, Surendranath Banerjee. So friends, so for establishment of Congress, there are many contributors from Bengal. I was talking about Bengal in 19th century and to 20th century. 90th century, I am talking about the whole 19th century, how those great personalities came from especially Bengal, that is the unified Bengal. So their contributions cannot be ignored. They're the greatest personalities that is coming from Bengal. What Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. The idea behind or this statement was very much prominent in Bengal. That is because of the stressed condition. Stressed condition is the British, I told you. British have forced Indian to work hard to fight against them, and lot of great minds that is coming from that, starting from Tagore, Vivekananda, Subhash Chandra, all those great personalities, scientists like Acharya Prafulla Chandra, Manjunath Saha, Satyen Bose, Jagadish Chandra Bose, all those people like Homi Bhabha, all those people are coming out in between 1900 to 1950. or before that, if I compare, it is coming around 1901 or 1890, from the same time probably, when the Indian freedom fighting movement is taking place. All the scientists, they have done their greatest contribution and achievement they have done in that time, all coming from before independence. This is a matter of probably pride that in that time the man like Jagadish Chandra Bose, Satyendra Bose, Meghnad Saha, Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray, Dr. Homi Bhabha, all those great people, great minds, they are going abroad and doing their scientific research and coming back to in India. All those people, they have not settled down in abroad. Even they have great publication. One thing is there. Even though they have the greatest publication, greatest achievement, they have not stayed there. This is one difference is there. They have not stayed, even though their great work, even their guide was told to be there, because for their love for the nation, all those people are coming back to in India, and they felt they want to do something. The great example is Dr. P.C. Roy, that is Prafulla Chandra Ray. He is a great personality. He is not only scientist, he is a social reformer. We are not acknowledging their social contributions, what they have done, and we are forgetting. Those things are very important and relevant to highlight, talk about Dr. P.C. Roy, Dr. Prafulla Chandra Roy. That time the greatest contribution he has done for the science and technology, the development of chemistry. Is a great teacher, great philosopher. Probably what I personally feel in today's time, if you have to follow the Teacher's Day, I think he is the real example. I've been telling, if you somebody reads his biography, he's like Alfred Nobel of India. So at least Bengal can follow some day, Teacher's Day or a special day or Children's Day in the name of Prafulla Chandra, probably, or India also can think of thinking, because those are the greatest personality. If you see their contribution in freedom movement, Dr. P.C. Ray's Prafulla Chandra Ray contribution in freedom movement, industrialization. He is a man of multi-talented man. He is a scientist, chemist, biologist, then industrialist, all those things. Setting up Bengal Chemical is one of the things probably Prafulla Chandra has shown it. His affiliation towards freedom movement, that time, this Arya Samaj, his body is full of blood, like no, he is reciting poetries of Tagore, all those things in his days, and teaching for Presidency College for chemistry, coming from abroad. That is quite interesting. Friends, I'm talking about Dr. P.C. Roy. Everybody knows about his talent and caliber, all those things. My purpose of telling is the thing that he is the product of stress biology. That is what I was trying to tell you. So in today's time, why this man like Acharya Prafulla Chandra Roy is not coming? Why Meghnad Saha? Again, student Meghnad Saha, Satyendra Bose, all those are his student. They are coming out from the next lot. They are also have equally contributed the science and technology. They have taken up to extreme level. They are interacting with man like Einstein. Can you imagine? Like no, in that day, talking about Einstein, that Bose-Einstein theories today is more relevant, and science is being used for Bose-Einstein theory for low temperature application. Those theories are quite relevant, and it is opening up new chapter. Even though they have not got the Nobel Prize, I told you they have not got the Nobel Prize for many reasons. Probably getting Nobel Prize is not a big thing. I told about the establishment of Nobel foundations and the ideas of having Nobel Foundation, the patenting and other things. So Dr. Alfred Nobel is totally a different person in Europe. They felt that to protect your technologies you need to have patent, but globally India under British rule, you need to see the condition. People are fighting against the British, and out of that some education somebody is doing, and that is a great thing. Probably all those Paplu Chandra Rai is coming from village from Bangladesh. Currently, it is a separate country, is parted from Pakistan. It was part of Bengal. All those great personalities who have contributed for Indian freedom struggle for science and technology development, they are the real architect of India. That is what I've been feeling, and this is my feeling says they have been ignored for many years. India government, Bengal government, what they have done, probably the kind of award they have given, it is fine. This is all before independence, but there must be something, some awareness for the great personalities like J.C. Bose, Jagadish Chandra Bose. He was a genuine person. They brought all those things into consideration. J.C. Bose, if I analyze J.C. Bose, he is a person probably taken into consideration that he brings multidisciplinary thing. He's a biologist, he's a physicist, his theories and his device, what he has done, he deserves more than one Nobel Prize. That is what I was trying to feel. If somebody analyze, if Nobel Prize is the parameter that for understanding somebody's intellectual capabilities or scientific minds, probably he deserves more than 2 or 3 Nobel Prize. J.C. Bose. Shoten Bose, yes, he deserved for his Bose-ion. He deserves Nobel Prize. Nobody can deny that part. The reason behind all those not getting Nobel Prize that time, if you see in this 19th century, the communication problem, communication issues, and seeing Indians in a different way. It is under British rule. You are the third grade people, like no, that is been treated. Even for that matter, Manjunath Saha, currently that Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics, his contribution is also for his research and other things was equivalent to any Nobel laureate for that matter, because they have got also their good education from abroad. They have all gone to UK, all those big laboratory like Cambridge, Oxford, and all those things, those places they have roamed around during that time. And the man like Shoten Bose has got fellowship to study and all those things. Now, if I have to compare the debate, who is greater, like no, this so-called Gandhians, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, they went to also abroad for what? Spending their own money. No government have sponsored. They had gone for studying law for their development of career. Those people, they have gone after clearing everything, and they have learned, they have done so much. That's why I told in one of my presentation that they cannot be compared. These Gandhi families, Jawaharlal Nehru cannot be compared with Prafulla Chandra, for that matter, J.C. Bose, uh, Dr. B.C. Roy, and for that matter, Dr. Asian Bose, Manjunath Saha, uh, all those people, they're the great minds probably. No way one can compare. That is what I have told in my presentation for Subhash Chandra Bose also. He is totally different kind of in intellectual capabilities. The same fellow is going from Presidency College, going to UK for further studies, and he is clearing ICS. So those kind of things is coming back to in India. So Jawaharlal Nehru also coming back to India and starting in Allahabad, starting his practice. He is leaving ICS, coming to India, fighting against British. Which way we are comparing? The debate is coming that people are highlighting that Nehru is a kind of a superstar, and those are the people who are a small star, even those are not the star. This is what my thing, what I'm trying to tell our friends. Those are the things is very arrogant way of analyzing history. One has to analyze history, one has to be very rational and rational thinker in that direction. So I told you many things that Tagore is getting Nobel Prize in 1913. His literature, creative, his nationalism. Surendranath is establishing also your Indian National Congress. So those things are very prominent. After that, Mahatma Gandhi probably is joining. Mahatma Gandhi is much junior. His ideas and thought process is came from South Africa. If he was in South Africa, people talk about Mahatma Gandhi went to South Africa for fight against those kind of black and white. It is a wrong history of interpretation. They are interpreting history in a wrong way. In 1893, he went to South Africa to fight against a particular case for 1 year contract. Friends, this is a contractual job. After that, he faced a lot of discrimination over there. Then he probably used his wisdom. Then he stayed there for another 16, 17 years. So he took many Indians over there for job purpose and everything in South Africa. That history is known when people talk about Mahatma Gandhi's vision, and that's why he has not got the Nobel Prize too, even though he applied for 5 times. That is what it is. So I have explained Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi's knowledge and wisdom in the Indian freedom movement in many ways. I have given my lecture close to, I've analyzed, when I have analyzed 1885 to 2020, and I have taken his role, both Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, and their intellectual capabilities. Friends, I was trying to tell you the stress biology part. That is what it is. I have taken the biology into consideration. Probably a lot of history everybody knows. There are serious thinkers are there in India. Whoever is analyzing, my history knowledge is very less. I am not a qualified person at all to talk about the history. I am analyzing my biological understanding in dissecting this freedom movement and after freedom, that whatever our mental capabilities, whether this is reduced or increased, that is what I was trying to analyze. I have not finished the whole thing yet. If I have to talk about the 19th century and also part of end of 18th century, there are many personalities they have come. I have not talked about the spiritualism, starting from Swami Ramakrishna, Sarada Devi, then Swami Vivekananda. People talk about they are the spiritual people. I say they are not the spiritual. Maybe Ramakrishna Dev and Sarada Devi, they don't have the qualification. The problem is always we analyze if some person is not qualified, keep talking about a lot of things which is having spirituality. They try to correlate that since this person is not qualified, let him classify into a category for probably spiritualism. If certain thing and certain word is echoing in their life, they feel okay, let him categorize him, that person, as a spiritual person. I have never ever given thought that Ramakrishna Dev and Sarada Devi is a illiterate person, and doing spiritualism. I always felt probably, friends, I I went to my kitchen where I am sitting in my lab. It is very interesting. Rats are very clever. Some rats are there, as I have told you in my mind lab. I kept them to understand their behavioral pattern. So I just 15 minutes I was speaking and I just went there. I got a sound. I could see three rats over there. They're trying to have some kind of food because they do not like the human presence. It is they are living little above in the pipelines what I have shown. So I really sometimes wonder they are so clever and they are coming. They want to have milk because I have boiled milk because of hot. They are not able to touch it. So they know that somebody is not there. They also feel that silence. Like no, they analyze probably sitting somewhere. Once I have taken some rat into net and I have allowed them to release them in around 50 meters away from my home. I see they are back again. So it is very interesting. My all wisdom and knowledge is not able to, even if you leave a kid of 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 50 meters away from your home, they are not able to come at home. Even a 5 years kid, you live in a city or some places or in a village, wherever, 50 meters away from your home, it is very difficult for them to identify the home, especially on city. But a rat, I trapped one rat and released 50 meters away from my home. I could see after 3 days rat is back again in business, their kids. So this is the same rat probably. Friends, it is very interesting. Sometimes I feel close my eyes that whether rats are more intelligent than human kids and all, or we are scared. I really don't know. I do not have any answer for that. Well, we'll have separate discussion when I am doing my MindLab project for cat and rats. I see they're very sharp in terms of only they don't speak. The rats are more sharper than cats probably. They have the third sense. They will understand 10 meters away that some human are coming, they are my enemy. It is already defined in the genetically that rat and human has got opposite relation. They will never come. Even if I see that guinea pigs probably or they are more adaptive. If I see the evolution of rat after the original rat to guinea pig, it is very friendly and homely that I have adapted them. They are also part of mammalians group but more adaptive to humans.